Hello everybody, welcome back to F1 2020 My Team Career Mode once again. Let's get straight into things then, no mucking around. We're going to start off with a sponsor advertisement for the drivers, some driver promotion filming for some extra acclaim, and some juicy resource points and morale boosting from the chassis equipment upgrade at the bottom left. As you can see, we've got lots of cash, so it's time to splash. On the chassis department specifically, we're going to invest in some resource point generation, get us some sweet peas, not petit pois. That doesn't help an F1 team. I don't know why I said that. Good news! We got an upgrade! And as we continue on through the calendar, we get another upgrade in the engine side of things. Our sponsor advertisement is all done and dusted, as is the driver promotion filming. And now we get into an interview with our favourite man, Will Buxton.
Well, it's great to be back at your headquarters, and I've got to say, an awful lot's changed since we were last here. Let's dive in with some questions. Your second driver seems to be getting much more comfortable with their car. Have you been focusing on their development?
No.
Would it be safe to say that in terms of team orders, your career comes first in your team?
Well, strictly speaking, yes, because Correa is shit. But if we're being honest here, I value every driver just as highly as myself. That sounds really self-centered. But you know what I mean. He's a good man. We don't have team orders here.
Let's talk about your new second driver. How are they settling in?
He's not that new. We've had him for 5 races already. Jesus Christ. Well, if we look back at previous races, they've, not been great.
It's been wonderful to spend some time with you. Best of luck out on track.
Thanks, H2O. We're now into the driver perks bit. We're going to purchase the other two that we haven't got. Some social media training and media stuff. But just when everything was going so well,
Bruh.
The drag reduction upgrade is repurchased, and now we arrive at the Dutch Grand Prix weekend. From what I've seen from other YouTubers, this seems to be a bit of an AI track, so I'm holding myself some reservations for this weekend. We've had some great point scoring runs, but it will be a mission to try and continue that form into this race. Let's see how we do though. It is time for the Max Verstappen Grand Prix. But before that, we have become too quick. We are no longer the driver that sits around the lowly 107 difficulty. We have, I am proud to announce, moved the difficulty up by 1 point to 108. Now, on the intro, it is time for qualifying here at the Dutch Grand Prix. No mucking around on this channel. Through turn 1, Carl looking very stable round here. However, I am aware tyre heating is a very humongous problem around this track. But for our first lap, we've been looking pretty competent, and across the line, it's P6 so far. But if you thought that would last, think again, because we're down to P12. Oh wait, no, it's P14. I can't read, and we need to go out again, because that's awful. And that is what we shall do here, our second and final lap in Q1 here, trying to get through on 2 sets of softs. Why do I have damage on my side pod? I literally haven't hit anything all day. So, what can you do? But coming through the last sector here, as you can see, we're not actually up on our time. We are down on our time. We are so bad, we have reverted to pay driver status. And as we come across the line here, are we going to get through into Q2? We get through to Q2. Was there ever any doubt? No, there wasn't. Correa's still in the bin. Let's move on. Through to Q2 then, and I was investigating whether I could change my engine for the race. However, as you can see, it's all linked to Parc Fermé now. So if you change an engine component, beware, you will be disappointed. However, we only do positive f***ing vibes on this channel, and that's exactly what we will embody here in Q2. I originally wasn't going to go out for a lap, actually. I was going to skip the session, save the car, and then we move on for the race. However, hopefully, we can get a bit further up the grid. Did we manage that, though?
No, we only moved up to P15. It's been a bit of a stinker, I can't lie to you all.
Nah, positive vibes, though, positive vibes. We're ahead of our teammate. And who says that isn't a success? It'll probably be, because like I said, Correa is a bit shit. But in more positive news as well, we aren't that far off the cars ahead of us in qualifying. And as you all know, even with 108 difficulty. Our race pace is a bit sick. So we are going to get into this race and hopefully get some more good points under our belt. I'm not very confident. Tyre heating is a bit ridiculous around this track and the AI are very quick. But we shall do our very best like we always do. It is time for the Dutch Grand Prix.
After the points finish last race, let's aim to keep the momentum going.
88 miles an hour and away we go for the Dutch Grand Prix. It's been a decent start here, trying to worm our way up into further up positions. However, the track being quite narrow towards turn 1, especially if you're on the outside, for obvious reasons. I didn't really gain any places. However, we're going to go down the inside of Ocon into this banked left-hander, as you can see. Going to try and squeeze him out. We get a massive slap of oversteer there. And Ocon shoots back past us. That is not good. And Raikkonen is trying to get a bit of the action as well. He's almost ahead coming into the right-hander. He pretty much is. However, we're going to hold it round the outside. And that is P14 as we squeeze him out very aggressively there. The Iceman becoming a bit hot-headed and melting out here in the Dutch heat. And guess who else is melting? That's right, Esteban Ocon. We've used up all our ERS trying to get him on the main straight. He's defended to the inside, so we are just going to accept that invitation and go right around the outside of him. And that is P13. Fantastic stuff. Now, the game plan from here, as we are trying to get past Norris, we're pushing him through the banked left-hander. Our plan is probably just to try and escape the cars behind us and see if we can keep up. But Ocon is having none of that. He's trying to reclaim his position and he's trying to go round the outside. But we are saying a very nice no. We maintain P13 for now. End of lap 3 now because nothing happened. However, we are in DRS range of the Macca ahead of us, of Lando Norris. And hopefully we can stay within that range for the foreseeable future and just use him as a bit of a tow-along. Because I don't think we have the pace for anything else. But halfway through the lap, he's gone. And Ocon has DRS on us and it's about to get very toast. Oh. What the fuck? Our tyres are acting like the surface of the literal sun. And that is, quite frankly, ridiculous. No wonder we're so slow if our tyres are literally waning out the exit of every single corner at every opportunity. And so, Ocon and co behind us have created a bit of a DRS train. And by a bit, I mean a substantial one. It is genuinely the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. And it makes me feel sick to the bone. But we continue. We've made it onto lap 8. And let me just show you the scale of the problem I am facing right now. Because our tyre heating is so awful in the corners, we can't really get away. The bank left-hander just seems to be an AI haven. They always get a good exit. Thankfully, on this lap, we get a pretty respectable exit. And so, Esteban Ocon can't get anywhere near us. But also this left-hander here, on this DRS straight, the AI, if they're close enough, will launch past you. But luckily, not in this case. Our Mercedes power unit doing absolute bits for us. And through this left-hander, the AI don't get the best exit, and so we remain in P13. And it's great because even though through these last 2 corners, our tyres are basically becoming ultraviolet rays of doom, we somehow are far enough ahead that Ocon can't overtake us. And so we remain in P13. It's great stuff. Onto lap 10 now, because once again, nothing happened. We have reached our pit window, still somehow ahead of Esteban Ocon and the raging train ahead. But there's a yellow flag up ahead, and it's one of the Ferrari cars out, I believe, with a mechanical failure here. And, well, if there's ever a yellow flag in this race, it means there's a safety car. So, I mean, hopefully there isn't one.
Safety car. No overtaking. Reduce your pace.
Oh, just f*** off, man. So the safety car is out once again, continuing its 100% appearance record on this series. Am I happy? Well, I'll leave that for a little bit, because we're going to come into the pits to fit the hard tyres. Onto the hard tyres, and we're up to P10, which is fantastic. However, I do wish I had a race without the safety car, because it just completely kills the flow, and I hate it. I looked at the strategies, because I did see a lot of people on soft tyres around me. Luckily, Lance Stroll, and I can reveal Sergio Perez, also pitted onto hard. So they haven't completely made leave of their senses. Also, my teammate, what the fuck? I guess it is part of racing, and as you can see with our coldish hard tyres, which is a welcome change, we're going to get ready for the restart of this Dutch Grand Prix, and immediately putting Kvyat under pressure here. If I can get ahead of him and put a car between me and Lando Norris, that would pay massive dividends. We go round the outside of the Russian AlphaTauri driver. He's still fighting away with us. I can't speak English, it's so amazing. But we are going to go down the inside at the bank left-hander. We're up to P9. That is excellent stuff. And Norris also chiming in on the action, getting past Dan Kvyat, which is fantastic. So AlphaTauri turning from hero to zero in this race. I can tell you that Red Bull won't be very happy with Kvyat's performance. However, Charles Leclerc in the pits, meaning we're up to P8 now, which is scintillating stuff. And hopefully, long may it continue. Into the left-hander here as we go a bit wide here. And oh my god, Lando Norris could go for the move. It's a sit. Oh. Oh. Oh no.
Say goodbye to Lando, everyone.
Despite that slight catastrophe, we can throw that out of the window. The point is, Kvyat is trying to spoil our P8 party, and that would be a bit of a calamity, considering I never expected to be in P8, and some points would be very welcome, considering the toughness of the weekend I've had. But if we do keep ahead of Kvyat, as I get my braking all kinds of wrong into the bank left-hander, luckily Kvyat doesn't get past. But if we stay ahead of him, and he has to pit, we'll be a pit stop ahead of him, no matter what compound of tyre he's on. And that could solidify a position. Oh my god! Kvyat almost causing a plane crash there, but somehow we keep it on the road. But as we continue on, as you can see, it hasn't rattled us too much. Another personal best lap for the Pussycat. However, Kvyat once again with DRS all over the back of us. But not to be for now. We are keeping the AlphaTauri at bay on soft tyres. However, he's got a great exit off that left-hander. Goes to the outside. He gives us a bit of contact. He flusters us a little bit. We ride on over the curb like a skateboard, as a wise man once said. But luckily, we do keep P8. In addition to this, onto lap number 20, and there are a bunch of cars in the pit lane, so hopefully we're going to gain some positions, and we do. P7 up to P6, maybe we could get the Red Bull of Albon as well as he comes out of the pits. No, not to be, but it is P6, and that would be 8 points to our name, which is absolutely excellent stuff, to be quite honest with you all here. So let's try and keep it. Let's try and keep it and see what... pardon me. Oh my god, that is actually disgusting. I'm so sorry, everyone. However, onto lap 22, we have a very big smile as we are up to P5, which is scintillating as Verstappen came into the pits, and we have two cars between ourselves and the Dutch home favourite. But before that, we've got an angry McLaren driver of KarlsCars behind us to contend with. We've got bigger problems than the Red Bull right now as we come through the left-hander. I've still got sideboard damage, by the way. Not entirely sure how. Probably because I took out his teammate, actually, earlier in the race. But we move on. It's KarlsCars with DRS. Doesn't get us. We hop over that curb very nicely indeed. And we do maintain P5 for now. And as we come through this last section here, two corners, try not to mount that inside curb, which I do anyway, because I'm just that good of a driver, and keep to the inside of the banking as much as you can, minimise the amount of exit you have to do. I have 7% battery left. Greenpeace hate this boy. Sight's trying to go down the inside, but he's not far enough ahead. We're going to hang it round the outside of the Spaniard, but he's still there. He's still very much there, but round the outside of the right-hander. Not anymore, he is. That didn't make sense. But it is still P5. It's on the cards. Say goodbye to Carlos, everyone. And ladies and gents, it's about to get even worse for us. Oh, God! Angry, hot-headed Dutch boy is behind us on lap 27 of his home Grand Prix here in the land of the Dutch. And we have been holding down P6 for a couple of laps now, but he just goes down the inside and he bullies us out of the way, which is really not very nice at all. Shadow Realm would love him. However, I don't like him very much. I was not happy with his antics as he locks up and we bunny hop over the curb once again, but we get a shambolic exit, quite frankly, and we are definitely P7 now. We are absolutely P7, and we have bigger fish to worry about now. Perez behind us in his racing point on hard tyres as well, but his car is much better than ours. Luckily, we do get DRS though, and so we do stay safe. for at least one lap. And onto lap 32 here. Perez could get us here as he goes round the outside. It's his best chance he's had so far. Luckily, though, holding the inside, we squeeze him out and we maintain P7. But this could be an epic battle for the ages. Onto lap 33, and let me be honest, not a lot's happened. The McLaren of KarlsCars, who passed us so easily before, has hit mechanical troubles, and so P6 could now be in our deck of cards so long as we play our cards right. Looking up into turn 1 though, probably not the best way, but he is sliding all over the shop and coming through the banked left-hander. As you can see here, he's gone away. That's not great. We're sliding about all over the shop, and Perez now has a prime opportunity to try and snatch P6 from us here on the penultimate lap. He is past us, however, we hold the inside line and squeeze him out ruthlessly to hold on to our position and a solid bag of points. And it just comes down to the last lap of the Grand Prix. We have DRS on sights and we are gaining, but it won't be enough, definitely. We were running quite a high downforce setup at this track, and so we don't get anywhere near the McLaren driver, and so we're going to have to be content with P7 so long as we don't bottle it. Valtteri Bottas doesn't bottle it, and he gets yet another win in this career mode in particular. He is on fire here. Let me tell you who is as well. Perez could play his last joker, but that is not to be. We hop that curb one last time, and through this left-hander, the exit for us is king, and we are laughing all the way to the finish line now, through the last banked right-hander. And while we haven't had the pace, somehow we come away from this race with P7.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Ferme.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot. A well-earned victory for Mercedes.
It's another win for Valtteri Bottas. He's been on absolute fire since the season started. Another 26 points to his account. I have completely neglected to show the driver's standings all this time, but he is leading by a country mile. Hamilton is probably the only guy that can challenge him, because genuinely, the rest of us are nowhere. Ferrari didn't even score any points this race. Of course, Vettel out of the race. Leclerc in P13. I don't know what he was playing at. To be honest, I've neglected from talking about my race, because while it's great and we got P7, we didn't deserve to be up there. I can accept that much. As you can see, Latifi was the only driver that was slower than us. So, honestly, we didn't deserve to be up there. The safety car saved us so well, I will admit. But we move. More points in the bag. It's a good result.
The fans really seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy.
Why have they made Claire so seductive on this game? Like, why is she trying that with me? Stop it! Anyway, we're drawing the rivalry with Raikkonen because he was better than us in qualifying and we drew in the race. So we caught up the points deficit, but thanks to our incredible result, we are now on the same acclaim level as Correa. He is well and truly in the bin, and he's got some explaining to do. Team Acclaim nearly level 7 though. We're growing exponentially as a team and in the cash department. Both sponsor goals once again completed here at Zandvoort. No damage incurred. Another 100k for the kitty. And so we come away from this race with $1.26 million in our juicy bank account. And with the resource points that we got, we're going to get a power upgrade so that we have an advantage at some power tracks in the future. That'll hopefully be on for Azerbaijan if it goes on as scheduled. So I'd
better invest in some quality control then, so it doesn't fail for Azerbaijan. That would be a great start, Karl.
But we don't have to worry about that for now. We have Spain's biggest chorizo in the next episode coming up. But it has been a great episode once again, getting points where we thought points weren't possible. A solid 6 points in the kitty. And we can take that momentum, hopefully, forwards with us into the Fernando Alonso haven. That is Spain, or KarlsCars, depending on how you look at it, actually. If you did enjoy this episode of my career mode, though, make sure you slap a like on the video and hit subscribe if you haven't done so already, so you can stay updated on the goings-on this channel and on F1 2020 content just like this, which you absolutely won't want to miss. Follow my social medias down below as well. But until the next one of these, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you very soon.
Honest.